Welcome to week 45 of the Trump administration. And oh, Bubba, is it a big one? This week, we found out that while the Republicans don't think gender is on a spectrum, they do think pedophilia is on a spectrum. And Megyn Kelly really wanted us to know that these men who were sexually assaulting young teenage children around the ages of 14 and 15 years old were not the same as people who assault actual children. Now, Megyn Kelly wasn't wrong about the definition of pedophilia. Pedophiles are people who are sexually attracted to children, and that definition is specific to prepubescent children. Why is this important? Because some of us have experienced that, and I have written about that in my book, Uncultured, about growing up in the Children of God religious cult, the pedophile cult. Now, these men that were raping children, teenage children, there was nothing going on in their brain making them do that. They were doing that because they wanted to. And there is a difference for different words. And I do think those of us that have experienced the different crimes need those words to talk about our experiences. I don't think Megyn Kelly needs to be splitting those hairs. And the way that she spoke was pretty disgusting. And the way that we are seeing MAGA attempting to justify is pretty disgusting. We are going to get back to some of the things that MAGA are attempting to justify. But for now, Marjorie Taylor Brown, I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene has broken with Donald Trump. I told some of you all that she had had the crack and the brainwashing. And what did I get told? I got told I was stupid and wrong. Okay, so please don't come to the comments saying that you don't trust her and you don't believe her. Got it. Thanks. Pretty significant that someone has broken with the MAGA Republicans to this point, to the point that Donald Trump is already going out of his way to trash her, trying on the name Marjorie Taylor Brown because he says grass rots. Just like her, had to go out of his way to clarify that for us. This is one of the cult things that he does, right? Gives his enemies nicknames so that he can try to destroy them. Trump is saying now that he wants his people to call again for the release of the Epstein files. And why is he saying that? Probably because he knows it is all now under investigation again, and so it can't be released. So he's trying to get his people to sound like the good guys. Don't worry, you all, they aren't. The president of the United States brought the Syrian president to the White House for Veterans Day, so that's just lovely. And the Justice Department had to go back through and add a bunch of his signatures to things because he's been relying too much on the auto pen. It's almost like anything that he teases Biden about doing, he's doing it even more. And now for Bubba. It's going to be interesting if the thing that takes down Donald Trump is emails and the thing that takes down Bill Clinton is a blowjob, isn't it? So, why would Donald Trump being caught in gay activity be this thing that MAGA can't get over? Well, as I have said before, there's no one thing traditionally that the cult leader can do that is so bad that everyone wakes up. But being against homosexuality has been used as a purity requirement for a long, long time for the cult of MAGA, right? As it often is used as a purity requirement for cults and controlling groups. Purity requirements, generally, the leaders are not going to be following because it's really hard to be pure and perfect. And mostly we use purity requirements because we know people are bad at being pure and perfect. And that's how we get them to keep striving and keep committing. Now, not being gay, not being a gay dude was a pretty big purity requirement of MAGA. And yes, I know Grindr shuts down every time they have a Republican convention. We know that they are afraid of trans people because they know what their Pornhub history looks like. And yet, they have built their identities in hating gay people. So, is their leader, who's now seemingly accused of having some of that interaction himself with another former president. Are they going to accept that? Very, very doubtful. So stay tuned. It's going to be interesting, folks. as we continue on week 45 of 45, the president. Thanks for being here. I'm Danielle, a scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. Wrote a book called Uncultured about growing up in the Children of God religious cult and going into the cult of the U.S. Army. Think it gives a pretty clear picture of what is going on with our country and old Johnny and his Looney Tune Brigade right now. You can get signed copies attached here or listen to me read it to you anywhere you get your audiobooks. Y'all, don't let the bad guys get you down. And if they do your 12 push ups and get back. MAGA falling apart and bleeding out soups fast. And we're here for it. Have a day. Stickers in the shop.